black men and white women. When black men go to white women and date them, I'm not saying this is not true all the time, but on average, just like when you deal with black businesses or black communities, a lot of times the treatment in which you get in the white establishment might be a little bit better than you get in the black establishment, which is why you might go there and patronize it. That also might be the same for a lot of black men. When they get with a white woman, they feel that she's going to be a little bit more catering to him.
Things that's great about some white women that black women don't talk about. White women be talking about building and growth. They talk about stocks. They talk about money, moving money, making money.
Black women do it to themselves. That black women are making bad decisions with their health, with their sexual choices, in their sexual preferences, what they do with men, what they do to themselves. Can you silence the out of wedlock births? Can you silence the criminals in the streets that single mothers produce? Can you silence the STDs that are prevalent amongst black women?
We know that there's a big problem right now with black men and black women getting along. Are foreign women better for American men?
Had the biggest leg up out of all content creators on YouTube, right? Because you was riding the Kevin Samuels wave back when you was on the gender war grift, right? Before the days of the FBA grift, before the days of the Pan-African grift, before you became a Pan-African tether, you were a gender warrior. It was the black woman this, the black woman this. The reason why it's raining today is because the black woman. The reason why I caught a flat tire is because the black woman. The reason why my clothes shrunk in the dryer is because of the black woman. The black woman, the black woman, the black woman. But now in the modern day, you swapped out the black woman for the black immigrant, right? A lot of y'all did that, right? A lot of content creators, like a certain lady that I'm not going to mention her name, she used to be, oh, the black man this, the black man this. The reason why the world is going terrible is because of the black man. And now she swapped out the black man for the Nigerian or the Caribbean or the tether this, the tether that. A lot of y'all simply just geared your gender war nonsense garbage content to a different lane. Now it's, oh, the black immigrants. Now it's the tethers. Now it's the Caribbeans. Now it's the Africans, the Nigerians. But 10 years ago, it was the black woman, the black woman, the black woman, the black man, the black man, the black man, right? But now, because that type of content kind of died out, right? That kind of content is not really, drawing the numbers and drawing the traffic. Now you switch lanes to a different arena, but it's all good. We understand anyway. Like I said, you talking about grift. This is the biggest grift I ever seen. A lot of y'all gender war grifters simply became diaspora war grifters, right? A lot of y'all, Oshay Duke Jackson, Minister Jap. I even seen Angry Man hopping on that wave. Angry Man, night and day, the black woman, the black woman, the black woman, the black woman. Now all of a sudden I heard the other day, Angry Man, oh, the Africans, the Africans, the Africans. Listen, a lot of y'all just a bunch of clowns, right? Clown content creators, garbage content creators, looking for the next hustle, looking for the next topic that's gonna drive traffic, man. When this grift dies out, y'all gonna fade into oblivion, fade to black, fade to darkness. Y'all gonna be forgotten about. Y'all provide nothing to the ecosystem. Garbage content, trash content, always hopping from wave to wave to wave, hopping from trend to trend to trend.
Tethered come in who mimic black Americans, do so because they benefit from the institutions and the structures while gaining everything and giving nothing.
He's right,
But this phrase has been widely accepted as a racial slur. And there are a few people who are unhappy about it.
Now, they will say that tether is an actual description of an immigrant who come here to cosplay as a black American. That's what they will say.
Now, this is Poetic Flacco, and it's important to understand that he is laying out the basis of the definition as given by Tariq Nasheed or those who are in the online Twitter community or X community about FBA. But he would use a rebuttal by doing this.
But then they say tether hairline. Oh, tether babble. Tether this, tether that, right? Like you wouldn't say tether hairline if it was not a racial slur, right? If it was a description for somebody who come here and cosplay as a black American, then like you would use it as it's defined. The minute you start to use it outside of the actual definition and description, it then becomes a racial slur because you're using it to dehumanize somebody.
Now, I want to jump into the next part of my video of why I labeled Oshay as a Pan-African tether, right? I'm sure many of y'all never heard that term before. I coined it like 45 minutes ago. And I think he fits all the criteria, right? Somebody who's cosplaying as somebody that he's really not. He's perpetrating a fraud. He's trying to attach himself to acquire personal benefits, even though he's not really about that life for real. In his heart of heart, he's really a tribalist, right? He don't even got love for his own women. So of course he can never have true love for the greater community. Like I said before, when Oshay Duke Jackson came up on the scene, there were various rebrands that he did, right? When he first came on the scene, he was a black conservative grifter. He wanted to get in the Brandon Tatum, Anthony Bryan Logan lane. That was his original grift, right? He never made it big like Anthony Bryan Logan or Brandon Tatum or any of the conservative con men, right? Then he rebranded himself into the black manosphere. I hate the black woman. I love other races of women. That was the grift for a few years, the gender wars, the red pill grift. Of course, that died out. Nobody cares about that anymore. They had to switch lanes.
Black men and white women. When black men go to white women and date them, I'm not saying this is not true all the time, but on average, just like when you deal with black businesses or black communities, a lot of times the treatment in which you get in the white establishment might be a little bit better than you get in the black establishment, which is why you might go there and patronize it. That also might be the same for a lot of black men. When they get with a white woman, They feel that she's going to be a little bit more catering to him.
Things that's great about some white women that black women don't talk about. White women be talking about building and growth. They talk about stocks. They talk about money, moving money, making money.
Black women do it to themselves. That black women are making bad decisions with their health, with their sexual choices, in their sexual preferences, what they do with men, what they do to themselves. Can you silence the out of wedlock births? Can you silence the criminals in the streets that single mothers produce? Can you silence the STDs that are prevalent amongst black women?
And we know that there's a big problem right now with black men and black women getting along. Are foreign women better for American men?
So these people, they know that quote unquote the tethers are just metrically much better than them. If you look at it on a metric, on a scale, every data point will point to that, right? They are aware of it. And I think this is why, just like how black women were doing better than them, because a lot of black women got jobs and went to college, right?
Yep.
And didn't get into relationships with them. It
Yep.
frustrated them, and they didn't like that the women had so much power and now they had money. And now they're bringing their attention to us because, first of all, we are not really on the internet. We're working jobs, right? 2 jobs, 3 jobs. We're hustling. We have responsibilities at home. We're sending money home. We're trying to help a sibling. We're trying to help fund little things at home, helping people out. So the black immigrant is occupied with a lot of things, right? We're doing so many things. I'm sure all of you on the panel, some of you are building homes somewhere. Some of you have paid some school fees this morning for
Yep.
a relative. The black immigrant is always preoccupied with work here and support back home. This is the life we've lived here for all these years, right? So they know very well that we're not paying attention, right? Because we are very busy and we don't have the time to push back. Then they start to hear a little bit of pushback from Afridamos, Chaotic, and then now me. There's maybe about 3 channels occasionally that will talk about their issues. And what do? They're going around this week equating me to Tariq Nasheed.
But you see, Nana, I think what really helping you, and when you look at the time, I just started knowing you a few months ago, right? To see the level of the way that you're growing, and I've heard people talking about you Africans specifically, they really love what you're doing. And you're growing with a steady rate, right? It's not easy to grow to this level right now. And then and also you have a lot of information. You know how to get your information, right? It's not like you calling people. You use internet, you use your knowledge, you use your education to get a lot of information on those guys. And that hurting them a lot. That's a big win for you. For them, I don't know their educational level to get information like the way you do, right? And they thought you are just some kind of ordinary African that they can just you like that. But for the fact that you are able to get Austin and PPP loan application, oh my God, that was a big plot. I mean, everybody was telling me that. I said, yeah, this guy seems to be a smart. This guy's a real Ghanaian, right? So, you know, and I give you credit for that, right? Because this is the guy that was saying that you were earning 6 figures, he had 2 barber shop, and then for us to go and see that he making only $48,000
$48,000, yeah.
cleaner salary, that hurt him a lot, you know. Right. And also, I don't even know how you were able to get that video of he arguing with his mom. Who does that? Who the normal? I mean, sometimes they don't even think they don't even have any problem with that. But the fact that he arguing with his mom and his mom continue to call him nigga, don't bring your ass in his house. Go away. Right? You know, man, you're a genius, man. I really give you credit, man. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I mean, you just started YouTube, but for you to get all these resources and the way you analyze their video too, you know when whether they are struggling or not, you were able to get all of that, right? And that comes with a lot of knowledge and education, right? And especially the other guy, what his name? Is that Dragon Blood?
Yeah, KF and Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah. These guys too. They are very, very smart. The other guy that just spoke, he really know about O'Shea. He really know about him, and he said that he took O'Shea to Uganda. Bro, that was the biggest mistake. This is something that you created for us,
I'm
and you
sorry.
have to
I'm
fight to
sorry.
get this
I didn't
fixed.
know this was going to happen. I should have listened to my gut.
Yeah,
But next week Sunday is my first reaction as to why he's in Africa. So stay tuned next Sunday. That's
yeah,
when it's going to
please.
start.
Please. And
All right.
also, and one day, do you know how I was about to know that Austin is lying? Because I go to Kenya all the time. I have apartment over there. As a foreigner, in order for you to start business in Nairobi, you need at least $200,000. The only type of business that you can do in Nairobi is to buy apartment, right? And to buy apartment is a 3 year or payment plan, right? If you go, they do the groundbreaking and you engage yourself into the apartment and you start paying for it until after within 3 years time when they finish the project, then you pay off the balance. That's the only chance of you opening business over there. And even when you get an apartment, you have to put it on rent, right? You rent it out on furnish or give it to people that run the Airbnb. So that's what I did in Nairobi. And then I will tell you this: it's very easy to get West African passport, but to get Nairobi passport, it's like a pulling your teeth. It's not easy. Nah. I've
Oh,
seen a French guy married to a Kenyan, and they have kids together. This guy been fighting to get his paper for the past 20 years. Up to this time, he haven't get his residency.
oh
You know,
wow.
yeah, it's not easy to get a Kenyan passport. Nah. In West Africa, Ghana giving everything. But in Kenya, nah. So for him, for you to even go as far as knowing that this guy is a scammer, he's scamming people. How were you able to know that if you have not lived in Nairobi, if you have not decided to open business over there, right? So you do your research, you get your information right, and that's how you were able to discover his scam. And now he's embarrassed, he's ashamed to take the scam down.
Yeah. Let me check. You know he ran away, right? He's somewhere in Asia now.
Right. So he's somewhere in Malaysia.
Yep. You see, the money hasn't gone up since the last live stream we did. The same. Let me check it real quick. The money hasn't gone up since that time. Uh, it's died, and the last two donors were activists. 19 days ago
Right.
was a donor. I think that was an activist that came here, and then 9 days ago he hasn't gotten any
Well,
donation ever since that time. It's just dead. He's just waiting
right.
to cash out and let's
Right.
move on.
And now his girlfriend Z, he had nowhere where to put Z right now because he can't bring her in America. When he bring her in America, she will run away, she will go away. He knows that very well.
Oh
You
yeah.
know.
Oh, she will leave quickly.
Julie, and I mean one of the passport bro, yeah, I don't know, one of their friends too brought this girl. The girl left her and went to one of her former boyfriend, a white guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you heard about
I
that
saw,
guy,
yeah,
right?
that Kenyan guy. Yeah, the Kenyan one.
Yeah. He running out of money, and then he and this girl were living in the ghetto somewhere. Because if you paying like, let us say, if you're paying $200 for apartment in any part of Nairobi, that's a ghetto, right? And that's like a middle class lifestyle, right? So he went to Mombasa, he opened business, and I think the business collapsed, and he was running out of money, and he came back to Nairobi, so he was paying $200 rent, and then he brought a girl here, right? I think the girl left him with his baby and go to this white guy. So they all know all these girls. Then they just want to come here. Once they come, that's it. Do well. So he know when he brings ZZ is no more for him.